Hi everyone, are you preparing to apply for your Ausbildung in Germany or your volunteer program in Germany and you really don't know where to start in writing a CV, a Lebenslauf? A Lebenslauf is one of the important documents that you need to submit during your application, and you really need to know how to write it, how it's supposed to look like, what it's supposed to include, because this is one of the documents that is going to decide whether or not you're going to be taken or you're going to be called for an interview. So in today's video, we are going to write step by step from the beginning to the end together a CV, and I'm going to show you a website, a free website, and where you can use to write your CV, and it is also already in the German format. Your CV has to be in a German format, and you are going to see what we mean by German format and what should be included. So make sure you stay tuned and watch till the end and share to your friend who is also preparing to apply for an Ausbildung or an FSJ. So we're going to go to Google and we're going to search Europass. I already have it there. We're going to search Europass CV. Just write Europass CV in your Google, and then as the first result that you're going to get, make sure it has this logo here. I can zoom in and you see logo, and then you're going to create your Europass CV for European Union. So if you are applying for Germany or Austria, it's the same, okay? So you come to the website, and this is what you're going to get after you click that part. And I'm going to take this part here where they've written the best known CV format in Europe, then this Europass CV. This is what I'm going to click, and then it's going to load, and then it's going to bring us in another tab, which is here. Okay, so one of the good thing about this website, it's free, you don't have to pay anything. And the second thing, it's they have done for you templates, and I'm going to show you how these templates look like. And you don't have to sign in or sign up to this website. You don't have to log in or do anything, but if you want, you can. The advantage of you logging in is, for example, later in the future, if you want to do an Lebenslauf, a CV for your job, you can always come back here and get your details, and just instead of starting from the beginning, you just continue where you left. So here you will get three choices. Start from your profile. If you're starting from your profile, that means you already have an account. Start from Europass CV. For example, you can start writing your CV and then you stop because you're doing some other things. You can always come back, and when you come back, you say start from Europass CV. Or maybe you made your CV, you have downloaded your CV, but you have found out that something is missing. You come here, start from Europass CV, and you can upload that CV that you already downloaded back, and you can edit it, okay? But for today's video, we are going to use create new CV, and that's where we are going to click. And then it's going to bring us here, and then you're going to find use the standard CV builder and try the new CV builder. Okay, so I'm going to say use the standard CV builder, and then it's going to bring us here. So here it's how it looks like. This is the first part of your CV, that is your personal information, and you've already seen that they have already done for us, and we just need to fill in our informations. It's easy, okay? So the first thing here we have, before you start, select the language you want to use in your CV. And of course, we want to use German in our CV because they normally require German language in the CV. And then we have the date format, datums format. You choose the way you want your date to look like, and me, I like that one. So this website can be translated in any language, like now it's in English. You can also put it in German or the language you speak. It has a lot of languages that are here that you can choose from, okay? So after you have done this part, you come to the photo. So one of the most important part of a German CV is your photo. So make sure you have a clean professional photo. You can take it from in a studio or let your friend take it for you in a white background, in a blue background, as long as it's a professional CV. And then for you to add your photo, just click here, edit, and you're going to select file if you have it from this from your gadget that you're using to do the CV, or you're just going to use the drag and drop drag and drop button. So here I'm going to take a photo and I'm going to press open. Then the photo is going to come here, and then you can adjust, edit your photo the way you want it to be, move it to the side like that, up, down. So you want to make sure that you can see your face nicely and your neck. Okay, so make sure you have a very good uniform, like the upper part, you have nice hair and your face is clean and presentable, and then you're going to press save. Okay, then you can now start filling your personal information. Now here we have Vorname. The ones that they have this red stars. That means you have to do it. Okay, the ones that they don't have, you don't have to. So we start with Vorname. Vielleicht your name is Mercy. So you're going to say Mercy. Nachname is your surname. So you're going to say, for example, Steinberg. Okay. Yeah, so we have Masti Sternberg, Vorname, Nachname. That's the first part. And here you have Übermisch. So if you feel like you're not sure of what you're supposed to do in a part, there's this blue thing here. You can always click on it or just hover around on it, and then there's a description of what you're supposed to do. For example, here highlight who you are, describe your professional and or your personal self. Example one: I am a professional photographer with 5 years of experience in photography, portraits, and family pictures. I'm looking for new exciting projects. Example two: I am a student majoring in computer science looking for internship to get work experience. Okay, so you're going to write it according to what you have and about yourself. And if you are still not sure of what to write, you can always come here, open a new tab, and go to ChatGPT. Okay, so you can go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT what you should write. So that is what you're going to do. So you can, this is a prompt that you can use. So you can come and tell ChatGPT, I am applying, I'm applying for a nursing Ausbildung in Germany. So you have to tell ChatGPT what you want to do. I am currently writing a CV for my application. Can you help me come up with section? Then you put this Yuba Mish. Okay, so you press enter. It's going to give you in English, or let's see if it's going to be in English. If it's going to bring in English, here we forgot to write it in German. Okay, so yeah, I think it's going to, no, it has given us in German. That's good. Then ChatGPT is going to give us optional. So if you want to sound like A2 to B1 level, you can use this one, very common. Ich bin eine motivierte und zuverlässige Person mit größerem Interesse an der Pflege. Der respektvolle Umgang mit Menschen ist mir sehr wichtig. Ich arbeite sorgfältig, bin lernbereit und belastbar. Mein Ziel ist es, eine Pflegeausbildung in Deutschland erfolgreich zu absolvieren und mich fachlich weiterzuentwickeln. So you have like, it has given you 3 choices, okay? So you can read through the choices and take the one that you want, okay? So because normally for Ausbildung, they normally want you to we have B2 level, I would advise you to take B1 and B2 level. And if you're applying for volunteer, you can take the A2 and B1 level. So let's say we are applying for Ausbildung. So I'm going to just copy and paste. So it's simple. Copy, come back to the website, and paste. Okay, so we have here, ich bin eine engagierte und Verantwortung bewusste Bewerberin. If you are a girl, because you have already used a girl, mit Interesse an der professionellen Pflege, der Umgang mit Menschen aller Altersgruppen bereitet mir Freude und ich arbeite sowohl selbstständig als auch im Team zuverlässig. Ich bin lernbereit, empathisch und belastbar. Eine Pflegeausbildung in Deutschland sehe ich als Chance, meine fachlichen und persönlichen Fähigkeiten weiterzuentwickeln. Okay, so here you have mich. And then here the next section, Reisepass und Personalausweis. You don't have to do it, okay, but you can choose something here. For example, let's say Reisepass is your passport, then you have to put your passport number. For example, let's say DJ, and then put our passport number, just guess. Arbeitserlaubnis, if you're in Germany, you have to fill this part because it's like if you where are you allowed to work. Okay, if you're not sure, just click here, fill in your work permit, but you don't have to do that for Ausbildung or FSJ. So you'll come here and put our Geburtsdatum. So I'm going to just put any. Okay, yeah, and then Geburtsort, so where you are born. For example, you are born in New York. Which country? USA. Okay, so you just put it according to where you come from. Okay, you can even just search. Okay, let's just take Australian. There's every country there. Okay, Geschlecht, it's which female or male. Okay, gender. Staatsangehörigkeit is the nationality, and because here we chose Australia, we are going to say we are Australish. Okay, it's already there. Yeah, so you come to contact details, you give your email. So Mercy, for example, Steinberg, that's our name there, 5 or 3 at gmail.com. If you have a Gmail, put it there. Then you have to put in your telephone number, okay, private or a mobile telephone. Then you're going to put it for your country. So which country are you from? We are from Australia. So we're going to search Australian. And then you're going to put our number here. That's a lot. Let's reduce. Yeah. So here you have social media, but don't put social media. I don't advise it. These other things are for other people, okay? Then another important part is your address. You have to put your address because if they have to send you something, for example, a contract, or if you are in Germany and they have to send you physical papers for you to sign after the interview, make sure you put your address here. So we're just going to guess our address. So there, put it like that. So you have to put the number, the place, okay, let's say Paris, then the land, Australia, okay, like that. So you put your address and you are done with the first part, that is personal information. So when you are done, you click save there. And then you have your section that has your personal data here, okay? Your photo, your name, the small description about yourself, some details. And then you have to add new selection. A new selection, you're going to go to the next part. And next part that you're going to do is you're going, for example, if you're applying for an Ausbildung, you want to put if you have done any volunteer work. So I'm going to put volunteer work, or before we reach volunteer work, after the personal information, it's good for you to put anything about school. So we are going to choose here allgemeine und berufliche Bildung, that's about school, and then you're going to click add section. Then here you can add your details. So you're going to tell the first part here, they have said Bezeichnung der erworbenen Qualifikation. For example, if it's you normally start with your latest, and your latest can be German. So you can say A1 to B2. Okay. So Bildung Einrichtung is where you did your exam. So you can say Goethe Institute. Okay, so if you're not sure, you can always click here, and then it gives you what you're supposed to do. Add the title of any qualification or achievement gained as part of this experience. Okay, add the title of any qualification or achievement gained as part of this experience. So you add your qualification. If it's a diploma, a degree, you put it there. And then here we have Bildungseinrichtung. We have, you click here, it tells you add the name of the organization providing the education or training experience. That means this is the name of your school. Then we have Studienfach, describe the subjects that were covered during this. For example, now this study, you list them here, but for German, you can just leave it. You can put the website of the school or the university, but you don't have to. Yeah. So you go like that. You can put, now the place is important, so you can say the place is in Paris and the land Australia. Okay, this is just an example. So now you have to put the dates from which day, for example, from first month here, from 1st February, maybe you started 2025, and then maybe if you're still learning, you put it like that. You put this button on, that means you're still learning. If you're finished, you put the date when you finish. For example, let's say 12th September 2025. Okay, it depends of when you finished. And then you, after you finish putting your first education, remember you start with the latest one. You click save. Okay, if you have, of course this is about school, so you have from like the latest, maybe German, and then you go to, if you have gone to college, you put your college. If you have done as of high school, after college, high school, and then your primary education. So when you want to add, you just, after you click save, you come to add new, and then they give you the new one, and then you put. Okay, that's how it goes. So you put your education until the end, all your education. After you finish, after education, you can come to, if you have worked, you come to Berufserfahrung, you add section. Berufserfahrung is your job, and then as we did earlier, you put in your information, add a title that clearly describes your job or the role you played during this experience. Example, sales representative, construction engineer. Work experience can include paid and unpaid work. Even though you're never paid, you have to put it. You can also include your volunteering experience. Europass offers you information and tips on working in Europe. So here you have to put, for example, if you are, let's say, Pflegehelferin, maybe you are working in an old people's home, at some point, or as a caregiver, Pflegehelferin, because you are female, so you have to put Helferin. Then you can put the name of your company here, add the name of your employer or the company, the place where it's found. Let's just put Paris and Australia, like that. And then when did you start working there? Let's just put random dates. like that. You put this, if you're still working there, you come and click there, you continue working, and then here you can describe what you are doing, for example, version of patient. And if you're not sure, you can come to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT, I worked as a Pflegehelfer, help me come up with work description. Okay, work description. Then ChatGPT is going to come up with work description, and then if you did something, you're going to take that one. Okay, so ChatGPT has given you options. So remember, we did for B2, we are going to take these ones. Okay, so you're going to copy and you're going to come here and you're going to paste. Okay, so you have activities, then if you finish, you press save. Yeah, so this is just, you just need to put on your details. So if you have another one, you put add new. So if you have volunteered somewhere, especially those people who are applying for volunteer work, you come to Freiwilligen Aktivitäten, that means volunteer, you add section. So you come and say, you can volunteer also as a Helferin, especially if you want to volunteer in these places for Pflege, that is for care and nursing. Make sure you have volunteered somewhere so that you can be able to fill this place. So you're just going to put Paris, you're going to put the dates of when you started, and then maybe if you're still volunteering, you can say continue. If not, you can just put in the dates. Okay, yeah. And then also if you want to describe, you can come to ChatGPT. You come to ChatGPT and let ChatGPT help you. Okay, so we can just, let me use the same that I used for Erfahrung, for Beruf. So make sure you put ChatGPT according to what you have done. Okay, so you're going to click save, and then if you have another one, you can save. So here we have your personal information, you have your school, you have your work, you have your volunteer. So you can also add hobbies and interests. Okay, you can add section, and then yeah, you can say Tanzen, your hobby is Tanzen. Then you don't have to describe. If you want to describe what kind of dancing you do, you can, but you don't have to. So you press save, and then you come again and say lesen, like that. Save. If you don't know how to write them, you can always ask ChatGPT to help you come up with good hobbies if you don't have any, which I think everyone has one. Then after you finish with hobbies and interests, you can come to language. Language we already put there, but we have another section for language. So you can say your Muttersprache. Your Muttersprache is English, that is what you speak, like normally, English. Then you can add other Sprache, for example, you can add Deutsch. Then you say, this is Deutsch, and then you tell us how your Deutsch is. If you have B2, you put all of them B2, okay? What you have, so that even the employer can see from your CV how you can speak, okay? Like that. If you have another language, you can add another language. So for example, you can speak Spanish, so you can say Spanish. Then you say maybe your Spanish is at 5. Okay, at 5. At 5. If you have another language, you add like that. Okay, then you press save. So you have another language. So you can come and see if you want to add anything here. So if you have a Führerschein, that's a driver's license, You click here. If you have recommendations, you can click here for recommendations. If you have any recommendation, you can write the recommendation that you have, the place and everything, but you don't have to, because if you have a paper, you can just submit it. If you have anything else that you want to add, you can just come and add here. If you have anything like, for example, for computer, you can just come here. And even then, they normally come here as suggestions, competence and suggestions. So if you really need to have some computer skills, if you went for computer classes, Microsoft Office, you just press add. You can press add the skills that you have here. Okay. Yeah. Then when you finish, you press save. Then you can always go through this list and see what you have and you want to add. Now here you have written your CV, you have added your information. Now when you finish, you come to next. Here, next. There's exit and there's next. So you come to next. So when you come to next, they give you different designs. There's also colors here. You can select the color you want, like this, like this, like this. So you're just going to let it be the way it was, blue, and you're going to see different designs. And one thing that I can tell you to do is you remove this badge here for Europass. You just come here, okay, add, here they've written add Europass logo just down, and you say no. Add page numbers, you can say no. Okay, yeah. So let's see how we want our CV to be. There are different designs here, so let's see. I don't know why it's not changing, but you can just see from here. If you want it to be like this, like this, I'm going to take this one there. Let's see if it's going to come. And then after that, you finish next. Press next. Then here you're going to name your CV. Let's see if it did not come. Yeah, like that. Here it is. You see, you can have that design. So after choosing your design, you're going to click next, and then it's going to bring you in this page, and then you're going to choose a name for your CV. So you can, for example, say CV Mercy, or you can just put your name, your full names here, and then you're going to click on download, and then it's going to download on your device. You're going to see this prompt in your device. It's going to be saved in your device automatically. So we have come at the end of this tutorial. If you have any questions, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a like and share it to your friends who are also trying to prepare for their applications, and send them this tutorial. And if you like ready-made templates that are different from this, that are already made templates whereby you just need to download them and do some edit, put your details inside. I've already written for you everything. I've already written for you the motivation letter, the CV. You just have to just delete, put your name, put the dates, and put your actual data. You can find them in the description below. There's a link to my shop, and there you can get all the templates. And make sure to subscribe to the channel, because in the next video we will be doing how to write a motivation letter for Ausbildung and for volunteer work. And in this channel I also have videos for exam preparations for B1 and B2, and any exams that you will be doing for each and every module. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and stay tuned. Choose next smile.